During the 21st century, the world was governed by the commercial company, by and large, BNL. This caused mass consumerism, which led to the Earth becoming covered by trash by the year 2105. In an attempt to solve the problem, all Earth-living inhabitants were put on a fully automated luxury BNL Starline for an estimated time period of 5 years, and shipped into space, leaving robots behind to clean up the mess. However, this plan failed to result in humans having to live in space indefinitely. Now 700 years later, in the year 2805, the journey begins. Wall-E is the only robot left. He survived by salvaging parts over the years from broken Wall-E units. Wall-E has also developed emotion over his long period of loneliness. Although he does have one friend, Hal, a cockroach. One day, while going through his daily routine, Wall-E stumbles upon a seeding plant and takes it home to his old transport truck. Later, an intricate, clean spaceship lands and deploys a new probe robot, Eve. Wall-E, being isolated for so long and now obsessed with the idea of love, immediately falls for Eve. At first, Eve is hostile towards Wall-E but comes around and starts to warm up to him. When he does, Wall-E takes her to his truck and begins showing her his most special finds, including the plant. This causes her automated systems to kick in and store the plant inside her and activate a homing signal while deactivating her. Wall-E does everything he can think of to revive her, and when that doesn't work, he just tries to take care of her. He even takes her out on a date. After a few days, Eve's ship returns to collect her, and Wall-E desperately clings to it and is taken aboard the Axiom, the flagship of the BNL fleet. When the ship has landed, Wall-E follows Eve through the process of being examined. Wall-E gets separated from Eve as she is being transported to the captain's quarters and sees humans. It very suddenly becomes apparent that humans have become obese and lost bone structure from lack of exercise and almost constant consumption of food and drink form. The captain has become very lazy, leaving the control of the ship in the hands of autopilot. When Eve arrives in the captain's quarters, the captain learns how to use the plant as a homing mechanism to get back to Earth, as the plant is a sign on the Earth is habitable again. However, when Eve is opened, the plant is missing and she is transported to the repair ward because she is deemed defective. Wall-E, who has been watching all of this happen, is also taken to the repair ward to be cleaned. When Wall-E and Eve have left, the captain uses his computer and starts researching the Earth, becoming more and more interested and more determined to return home. At the repair ward, Wall-E is put in a futuristic cage and Eve is taken behind a frosted window, which allows Wall-E to see her silhouette. Eve is being pampered and cleaned, but through the glass, it appears to Wall-E that she is being harmed. Wall-E immediately takes action, using this laser to break through his confinement and charging through the glass window while accidentally releasing a horde of robots that were being kept there for repairs. Eve tries to explain to him what is happening, but it's too late. The guard robots have already begun chasing them. Eve and Wall-E make a run for it, but one of the security robots photographs them and their picture is displayed around the whole ship with the message "Rogue Robots." Annoyed at Wall-E, Eve attempts to send him back to Earth in one of the escape pods. However, before she manages to, they see Otto's assistant robot place the plant in the pod and set the coordinates to self-destruct. Wall-E rushes into the pod to get the plant for Eve, but before he manages to get back out, the doors and closed and the pod launched into space. Wall-E starts hitting every button on the control panel inside the pod, trying to find a way to escape, but it doesn't make a difference. The pod's countdown continues. Seconds before the pod self-destructs, Wall-E finds a fire extinguisher and manages to escape just in time with the plant. For this, Eve is very grateful and gives him a kiss, in the form of an electronic spark. The two of them celebrate for a while, flying around before returning to the Axiom to give the plant to the captain. The captain looks through Eve's visual record and sees what Earth has become. He vows to return and fix it. Eve sees her security footage from when she had been deactivated and sees Wall-E's commitment to her. She falls in love with him. Just as all seemed good, Otto reveals a final directive he received, which ordered they never return to Earth as it was inhabitable at the time the directive was given. The captain argues that the plant means life is sustainable and that times have changed, but Otto still refuses to return and instead locks the captain in his quarters while electrocuting Wally and sending him the trash chute along with Eve and T. The plant with Wally severely damaged, Eve quickly realizes that the parts to repair him are back on Earth, which they can reach quickly if they activate the hyperjump with the plant. With the help of the rogue robots and human passengers, Wally and Eve attempt to put the plant in the holodetector, but Otto prevents them and causes Wally to die. The captain escapes his quarters and deactivates Otto, allowing Eve to place the plant in the holodetector and activate the hyperjump. Eve rushes Wally to his truck and rebuilds him, but his memory and personality have been erased, so he just goes back to his original directive, compacting trash into cubes. Heartbroken, Eve gives Wally a farewell kiss, which causes another spark and unintentionally restores Wally's personality and memories. Wally and Eve rejoin the humans and robots and help begin restoring Earth to its previous glory, taking care to plant the seedling that brought them back home.